Hey, Risha. Hey, Rashab. And I don't think it's Phil. It's Madeline, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with Madeline. You'll actually play first. Or sorry, no, I'll go in order based on the list on Pro. Rashab, you'll go ahead and play first, and then Madeline, and then finally Risha. So go ahead and say your name when I share your screen, share my screen here, and then state your name and the piece you're playing, and the composer if you know who he or she is. All right, Rashab, whenever you're ready.
Let me enable my audio.
And then make sure you all have your cameras on when it's your time to play as well.
My name is Rishabh, and I'm going to be playing Romance.
Nicely done. All right. So, Rashab, good job with all of those notes. I know it can be tricky, especially when there's small changes in that left hand. So, you have your G chord. And then, if you notice, there was a slight change here from the C sharp to the A. So, those may be a little, a bit confusing at times. So, it's good to look very closely at that and play it line by line as we've been. I would go ahead and really focus on playing with the metronome and Kaizen. So we'll actually slow it down to about 60 beats. I don't like going below 60, but possibly even 55. But instead of playing the entire line, I may have you play in smaller chunks. It's always good to look at the smaller sections instead of playing an entire line. So for example, you would just play, I meant to box that. You would actually go ahead and play just two measures at a time. And just repeat that a couple times and then move on to the next three or the next two measures. So we can go ahead and do that going forward. And then for the next seminar, I actually want to incorporate some dynamics here. It's going to really bring that piece to life. So quick question. What do these three stand for? P, MP, and MF. What do these three mean?
P is like soft. MP is like a bit louder than soft. And then MF is like a bit quieter than loud. Loud.
Good. So I like that. That's really good. So the terms are moderately soft or mezzo forte, and then finally, sorry, mezzo piano, and then mezzo forte. And then of course forte is loud. Yeah, so you have the gist of it. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and work on that as well going forward. That was good. All right, thank you, Rashab. Madeline, I believe it's your turn. Let me double check. Let's switch order. Yes, Madeline, you can go ahead and you can play next. Let us know what piece you're playing. Overall, really good job. So just two quick things here. One is I want you to watch your rhythm going forward. I like how you're playing very confidently and even quickly. That's a really good sign that you understand what you're playing. So just those two things, one being your rhythm. Be careful with this section here. So remember, these get two beats. You played them as if they were between like an eighth and a quarter note. So really make sure that you take your time right here, right? So it's 1, 2, 1, 2. And even that last section, 1, 2, 3, 4. You kind of just did. So make sure you take your time. And then the last thing was looking at your dynamics. This piece, I'd like to hear it again next week if you come to this time, and really focus on playing the dynamic changes. So as we were talking last time with Rashab a moment ago, mezzo forte is moderately loud, which you did pretty well. I played maybe just a tad bit louder because if you notice here, it's not mezzo piano, but it's piano. So you're getting significantly softer. Do you actually know the range of dynamic levels? So from like piano to forte, do you know what's in between those two?
No,
Yeah, let me know what those are.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you said yeah. It's okay. Maybe I misheard you. So yeah, you have MP or mezzo forte, mezzo piano. I don't know why I keep doing that. And then mezzo forte. So these, it goes more, I mean, it's further than this as well. But just for the sake of time, notice you're playing mezzo forte and then you're skipping over mezzo piano and going straight to piano. So it'll be significantly softer when you come to this section. And if you notice, your crescendo, do you know what this stands for?
No,
What is that? How would you explain that to Rashab and Risha? What exactly do you
I
do
don't
here?
know.
Oh, okay. Maybe you're saying nah. It's not like you're saying yeah. So essentially, you're growing in your dynamic change. So your volume should be increasing until we get to forte. Okay. So I want
Okay.
you to go ahead and work on this going forward. But overall, the confidence was there. It sounds great. Let's move on to Risha. Can you let us know the name of your piece?
I'm playing As It Was by Harry Styles.
As It Was by Harry Styles. All right. Whenever you're ready, make sure your original sound is on. I think it may be off.
Oh, also, I'm playing the C major version,
Okay, step down. That's fine.
and
Oh, the C. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I see.
I'm only playing it until the end of the pre-chorus.
End of the pre-chorus. Pre-chorus. Okay, sounds good. Whenever you're ready. Nicely done, Risha. Great job. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about your rhythms here. I'm assuming you know this song. What's really cool about pop songs when we practice them here, a lot of students know the verses, so it really helps with the rhythm. But it's always good to break it down just to make sure it's really solidified. I know it can be a bit boring or daunting at times, but it's really important. So let's go ahead and talk about that really quickly. So, quick question: how many eighth notes are played within a quarter note?
2.
Two, exactly. So if you notice, the way we usually play eighth notes, these are really sloppy, but the way we usually play eighth notes are 1 and 2 and, or usually at the beginning of a beat, or on a strong beat. So in music, you have strong beats and weak beats. And this is for Rashab and Madeline too. Strong beats are when you are playing on the number or on the post. So 1, 2, 3, 4. A weak beat is everything and anything in between those strong beats or those numbers. So you have the ands, your sixteenths, triplets, things of that nature. So the tricky thing about this piece, if someone weren't to understand how to count it, here's one measure here. They would probably think it's just, your 1 and 2 and. But if you notice, this rhythm, for example, the 1 is being played, but then notice a quarter note is on the weak beat. So you would actually make sure you extend this to the next weak beat, because there are 2 eighth notes per quarter note. So you may think it's just 1 and 2 and 3 and, but notice when you were playing it, you're kind of just playing it through like this instead of where are we at here? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So make sure when you're counting, you want to really understand where the notes are lined up. So it's always good to clap it and count it out. Let me explain in a different way as well. So what's always good is to actually just write out the notes, and then you can actually circle the ones that are being played. So the 1 is being played. The and is also being played. This is an eighth note, so 1 and, despite it being a quarter note, right? So this would take over the 2. The next note would be played on an and. Another eighth note. So don't look at the numbers, just look at exactly what comes next. A quarter note. And then finally, remember a quarter note is 2 eighth notes, so this quarter note plays for the and the 4, and then finally your and at the end. So let's clap this out really quickly, and then we'll be all finished. So can you go ahead and count this while you clap it?
So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and.
That was really close. That was so good. Yeah, so the beginning part was great, and you got off just a little bit right here, but it was your first time. That's fine. So it's always good to write out the letters or write out the syllables, and then start circling, or through your whatever software you're using with your professor. Go ahead and circle the notes that you actually are playing, and then like we just did, you can demonstrate by clapping it out or tapping on your piano. That was great. Really good job, Risha. All right, so this is all we have time for today. Did anyone have any questions at all about their own piece or anyone else's piece? If not, you're all free to go. I'll see you all next time. Great job today.